Now dito sa lesson na ito, pag-uusapan natin ang rights of workers. Ito ang batas sa Pilipinas na nagpapalakas ng compliance sa Occupational Safety and Health Standards or OSH standards. Sa madaling salita, ang purpose ng batas na ito is to make sure na ang mga workplace sa Philippines ay sumusunod sa OSH requirements and at the same time, napoprotect ang safety and health ng workers. Hindi lang ito para sa construction, factory, or high-risk workplace. Applicable din ito sa ordinary workplaces such as offices, BPOs, IT companies, clinics, schools, malls, hotels, training centers, and corporate facilities. For this lesson, ang focus natin ay employees or workers' rights. Under Dole Department Order No. 252-25, may important rights ang workers pagdating sa occupational safety and health. These include the right to know, the right to refuse unsafe work, the right to report accidents, and the right to personal protective equipment or PPE. Ang ibig sabihin nito, hindi dapat ang worker ay nagtatrabaho ng walang kaalaman sa hazards sa workplace. Dapat alam ng worker kung ano ang risks, ano ang safety procedures, ano ang emergency procedures, and ano ang protection na available para sa kanya. Hindi rin dapat pilitin ng worker na gumawa ng trabaho kung may unsafe condition that may seriously affect life or health. Dapat din may right ang worker to report accidents, hazards, unsafe conditions, or dangerous occurrences without fear na siya ay mapagalitan, maparusahan, or ma-retaliate. And kung ang trabaho ay may hazard na kailangan ng PPE, dapat may appropriate PPE na provided, suitable, and ginagamit correctly. Ang important message dito is this: OSH is not only the responsibility of management or the safety officer. Workers also have rights, and these rights help protect life, health, and safety in the workplace. So habang dinidiscuss natin ang lesson na ito, isipin natin hindi lang ang legal requirement but also the practical application sa actual workplace. Paano malalaman ng worker ang hazard? Paano siya magre-report? Paano siya magsasabi kung unsafe ang work? At paano niya magagamit ng tama ang PPE? That is the purpose of this topic, to help workers understand their rights and apply them properly in the workplace. Sa end ng lesson na ito, may 4 tayong important learning objectives. Hindi lang natin pag-uusapan ng batas para i-memorize. Ang mas importante dito is maintindihan natin kung paano ginagamit ang rights of workers sa actual workplace. Kasi minsan, kapag legal topic ang pinag-uusapan, ang feeling ng participants ay pang-compliance lang siya or pang-documentation lang. Pero in OSH, ang batas is not only for paperwork. Ang purpose nito is to protect workers from injury, illness, unsafe conditions, and serious workplace risks. So for this lesson, participants should be able to identify, explain, recognize, and apply the rights of workers under Dole Department Order No. 252-25. Objective 1. Identify the 4 major rights of workers. First, participants should be able to identify the 4 major rights of workers under DO 252-25. These are the right to know, right to refuse unsafe work, right to report accidents, and right to personal protective equipment or PPE. Objective 2. Explain the meaning of each right in actual workplace situations. Second, participants should be able to explain the meaning of each right in actual workplace situations. Hindi enough na alam lang natin ang title ng right. Dapat kaya nating i-explain in practical terms. Objective 3. Recognize employers' administrative OSH responsibilities. Third, participants should be able to recognize the employer's administrative OSH responsibilities connected to these rights. Kasi ang rights ng workers ay may corresponding responsibility sa employer or management side. Objective 4. Apply these rights in reporting, refusing unsafe work, and using PPE properly. Fourth, participants should be able to apply these rights in reporting, refusing unsafe work, and using PPE properly. This is very important because OSH rights are only useful if workers know how to apply them. So for this lesson, remember these 4 learning goals. We must identify the 4 rights. We must explain what each right means in actual workplace situations. We must recognize the employer's OSH responsibilities connected to these rights, and we must apply these rights properly in reporting, refusing unsafe work, and using PPE. The important message is this: worker rights are not just legal words. They are practical protections that help prevent accidents, illnesses, and unsafe work conditions. Kapag naiintindihan ng workers ang rights nila, mas nagiging active sila sa safety. Kapag naiintindihan ng employer ang responsibilities nila, mas nagiging maayos ang OSH compliance. That is why this lesson is important. Now, dito sa slide na ito, pag-uusapan natin kung bakit importante ang workers' rights sa OSH compliance. Minsan kasi kapag naririnig natin ang word na compliance, ang unang naisip natin ay documents. May OSH program ba? May safety officer ba? May signage ba? May attendance ba ng training? May report ba? May checklist ba? Yes, importante lahat ng documents na yon. Pero sa occupational safety and health, compliance is not only about paperwork. Ang tunay na tanong is this: napoprotektahan ba talaga ang workers? Because safety compliance is not only about submitting documents. It is about protecting people. In OSH, hindi sapat na may OSH program lang na nakafile. Hindi sapat na may safety signage sa wall. Hindi sapat na may appointed safety officer kung hindi naman naiintindihan ng workers ang hazards sa paligid nila. True compliance means the OSH system is working in actual operations. Meaning, alam ng workers ang hazards. Alam nila paano mag-report. Alam nila anong gagawin kapag may unsafe condition. Alam nila kung kailan dapat huminto kapag may imminent danger. At kung kailangan ng PPE, dapat meron silang proper PPE na angkop sa trabaho. Kasi kung maraming documents ang company, pero ang workers naman ay hindi informed, hindi trained, or takot magsabi ng hazard, then weak ang OSH system. Una, ang worker must have the right to know. Ibig sabihin, bago magsimula sa trabaho, dapat alam ng worker kung ano ang hazards sa kanyang task, workplace, equipment, materials, or environment. For example, kung may chemical na gagamitin, dapat alam niya kung harmful ba ito kapag nalanghap, nadikit sa balat, or tumalsik sa mata. Kung may electrical work, dapat alam niya ang possible electrical hazard. Kung may emergency procedure, dapat alam niya kung saan ang exit, assembly area, and reporting procedure. Kasi kung hindi alam ng worker ang hazard, paano niya malalaman kung unsafe na ang ginagawa niya? Pag alam na ng worker ang hazard, mas kaya na niyang ma-recognize kung unsafe ang situation. For example, kung alam ng worker na bawal ang overloaded electrical outlet, then kapag nakita niya na sobrang daming nakasaksap sa isang extension cord, alam niya na unsafe yon. Kung alam niya na dapat labeled ang chemical container, then kapag may nakita siyang spray bottle na walang label, alam niya na concern yon. Kung alam niya na dapat clear ang fire exit, then kapag may boxes na nakaharang sa exit, alam niya na hazard yon. So the right to know helps the worker identify unsafe conditions. So the key message of this slide is this: the 4 rights of workers under sections 5 to 8 of DO 252-25 create a protection system. Right to know means workers must be informed. Right to refuse unsafe work means workers must not be forced to continue when there is imminent danger. Right to report accidents means workers must be able to report hazards, near misses, dangerous occurrences, and accidents. Right to PPE means workers must be provided the proper protection required by the job. These rights are important because OSH compliance is not only about documents. It is about making sure that workers are informed, protected, heard, and properly equipped. Now, dito naman tayo sa section 5, employees or workers' right to know. Ang pinaka-basic meaning ng right to know is this: workers have the right to be informed of workplace hazards and risks. Ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng ang worker ay papasok sa trabaho nang hindi niya alam kung ano ang danger na pwedeng niyang ma-encounter. Hindi pwedeng sasabihin lang na, gawin mo ito, pero hindi ipapaliwanag kung ano ang hazard, ano ang risk, ano ang safe procedure, and ano ang dapat gawin kapag may emergency. In OSH, important na ang worker ay may sapat na kaalaman bago siya ma-expose sa hazard. Now, kaya rin tayo may orientation today. This training is part of the mandatory OSH orientation for workers. Hindi lang ito attendance requirement, hindi lang ito certificate requirement. Ang purpose nito is to comply with the workers' right to know. Through this orientation, the company is informing workers about the basic hazards, risks, rights, responsibilities, emergency procedures, reporting procedures, and safety controls in the workplace. Kasi under OSH, workers should not start or continue continue work without understanding the hazards that may affect their safety and health. So when we discuss chemical hazards, fire safety, emergency procedures, ergonomics, electrical safety, accident reporting, and PPE, lahat ng yan ay part ng right to know. Ang goal ng orientation na ito is simple, para hindi manghula ang worker, para alam ng worker ang hazards, para alam ng worker ang safe procedure, para alam ng worker kung kailan magre-report, para alam ng worker kung paano protektahan ang sarili at ang ibang tao. That is why mandatory OSH orientation is very important. It is one way for the employer to communicate hazards and safety requirements, and one way for workers to understand their rights and responsibilities before they are exposed to workplace risks. So the key message of Section 5 is this: workers have the right to know. They must be informed about workplace hazards and risks before they are exposed. That is why we are conducting this mandatory OSH orientation for workers. This orientation is part of making sure that employees are informed, guided, and prepared to work safely. Whether the hazard is chemical, electrical, mechanical, ergonomic, biological, physical, psychosocial, or any other work-related hazard, dapat may clear information, instruction, and training. A worker should not be assigned to a task without understanding the danger connected to that task. In OSH, informed workers are safer workers. Kapag alam ng worker ang hazard, mas kaya niyang umiwas, mag-report, gumamit ng tamang PPE, sumunod sa safe procedure, and protect not only himself or herself, but also co-workers. Now, dito naman tayo sa Section 6, Employees or Workers' Right to Refuse Unsafe Work. Ang pinaka-basic meaning nito is this: workers may refuse work when imminent danger exists. Ibig sabihin, kung may situation sa workplace na may immediate or serious danger na pwedeng magresulta sa illness, injury, or death, hindi dapat pilitin ng worker na ipagpatuloy ang trabaho. This right is very important because it protects the life and health of the worker. Sa OSH, malinaw ang principle: production, deadline, operation, and output should never be placed above human life. Sa actual workplace, may mga times na may pressure, may deadline, may client requirement, may target output, may operation na kailangang matapos, may supervisor na nagmamadali, pero kahit gaano ka-urgent ang trabaho, kung may imminent danger, dapat unahin ang safety. Ang ibig sabihin ng imminent danger ay may condition or situation na pwedeng mag-cause ng serious injury, illness, or death kung ipagpapatuloy ang trabaho. So hindi ito simpleng discomfort lang, hindi ito dahil ayaw lang gawin ng task. Ang pinag-uusapan dito ay real and serious danger. Pero importante na malinaw ito: the right to refuse unsafe work should be used properly. Hindi ito ginagamit dahil ayaw lang gawin ng trabaho. Hindi ito ginagamit dahil mahirap ang task. Hindi ito ginagamit dahil inconvenient. This right applies kapag may real, serious, and immediate risk to life or health. So kapag nakita ng worker na unsafe ang condition, ang correct action is stop. Move away from danger if needed. Inform the supervisor. Report to the safety officer or authorized person. Wait for assessment and corrective action. Ang goal is not to avoid work. Ang goal is to prevent injury, illness, or death. Another important point: workers should not be threatened or punished for refusing genuinely unsafe work. Kung ang concern ay legitimate safety concern, hindi dapat ang response ay intimidation, blame, suspension, or retaliation. Hindi dapat sabihin na maarte ka lang, gawin mo na lang, wala kang choice, kung ayaw mo, umalis ka, ikaw ang dahilan ng delay. That kind of response is not a good safety culture. The proper response should be assess the hazard, verify the condition, apply corrective action, and make the work safe before continuing. So for Section 6, remember this: workers may refuse work when imminent danger exists. This right protects workers from conditions that may cause illness, injury, or death. Production is important, deadlines are important, operations are important, but human life is more important. Kapag may serious and immediate danger, the correct action is to stop, report, assess, correct, and continue only when the work is already safe. Now, dito naman tayo sa Section 7, Employees or Workers' Right to Report Accidents. Ang basic meaning nito is, workers have the right to report accidents, dangerous occurrences, and hazards. Ibig sabihin, kapag may nangyaring accident, may nakita na unsafe condition, may near miss, may dangerous occurrence or may hazard sa workplace, the worker has the right to report it. Hindi dapat itinatago, hindi dapat binabaliwala, hindi dapat kinakatakutan i-report. Because in OSH, reporting is one of the most important ways to prevent accidents. The right to report accidents means workers and their representatives may report accidents, dangerous occurrences, and workplace hazards to the employer, DOL, and other competent government agencies. Pero sa practical workplace setting, ang unang step usually is to report internally. For example, report to the immediate supervisor, safety officer, OSH committee representative, HR, facilities team, or other assigned person based on the company procedure. The important point is this: workers must be allowed to report safety concerns without fear. Kasi kung takot ang worker mag-report, ang hazard mananatiling hidden. Kapag hidden ang hazard, hindi siya ma-assess. Kapag hindi na-assess, hindi siya makokorek. Kapag hindi na correct, pwedeng mauwi sa accident, injury, illness, or even fatality. The right to report accidents also shows that workers are part of the OSH system. Hindi lang safety officer ang may responsibility, hindi lang management ang may role, hindi lang supervisor ang dapat nakakakita ng hazards. Workers are the ones present in the actual work area. Sila ang nakakakita ng real conditions every day. So kapag may hazard, important na marinig ang workers. Kung ang worker ay nasa workstation, siya ang unang makakapansin kung may overloaded outlet. Kung ang worker ay nasa housekeeping, siya ang unang makakapansin kung may chemical issue. Kung ang worker ay nasa maintenance, siya ang unang makakapansin kung defective ang tool. Kung ang worker ay nasa field or construction site, siya ang unang makakapansin kung unsafe ang access, scaffold, excavation, or equipment. That is why reporting is a worker right and also a safety responsibility. Now, dito naman tayo sa Section 8, Employees or Workers' Right to Personal Protective Equipment or PPE. Ang basic meaning nito is workers must be provided appropriate PPE at no cost when required by the hazard. Ibig sabihin, kung ang trabaho or work environment ay may hazard na kailangan ng PPE, dapat ang employer, contractor, or subcontractor ang magpo-provide nito. Hindi dapat ang worker ang bibili ng sarili niyang safety protection kung required ito para magawa niya ang trabaho ng ligtas. For example, kung ang task ay may risk of falling objects, kailangan ng safety helmet. Kung may risk sa paa, kailangan ng safety shoes. Kung may chemical handling, maaring kailangan ng gloves, goggles, face shield, or respirator depending on the chemical. Kung may noise exposure, kailangan ng ear protection. Kung may work at height, kailangan ng body harness with lifeline or fall protection system. Kung may dust, fumes, vapor, or airborne exposure, kailangan ng proper respiratory protection based on assessment. So, ang PPE ay hindi optional kapag required ng hazard. It is part of worker protection. The right to PPE means employers, contractors, or subcontractors must provide the required personal protective equipment free of charge to workers when PPE is necessary because of the hazardous work process or work environment. This is very important kasi hindi dapat ang worker ang mag-shoulder ng cost ng protection na kailangan niya sa trabaho. Kung ang company ang nag-assign ng hazardous task and the task requires PPE, then the company must provide the appropriate PPE. Hindi pwedeng sabihin sa worker, bili ka muna ng gloves mo. Ikaw na bumili ng safety shoes. Humanap ka na lang ng goggles. Kung wala kang PPE, diskarte mo na yan. That is not proper OSH practice. Kung required ang PPE because of the work hazard, dapat provided, suitable, and available before the worker starts the task. So for Section 8, remember this. Workers have the right to personal protective equipment. When PPE is required because of the hazardous work process or work environment, it must be provided by the employer, contractor, or subcontractor at no cost to the worker. PPE may include helmets, safety shoes, gloves, goggles, face shields, respirators, ear protection, body harness with lifeline, protective clothing, and other protective equipment depending on the hazard. But PPE must be appropriate. It must match the hazard. It must be provided after considering engineering and administrative controls. It must be used properly, maintained properly, and replaced when damaged. The key message is PPE is protection, not decoration. PPE is required when the hazard requires it, and workers should not pay for PPE that is necessary for their safety and health at work.